Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Andrew's Life. This is going to be another video of Montgomery, Alabama. I was on my way to another community, so you will be hearing my GPS sound off. But I just wanted to drive through this community real quick, just to show you some of what you can expect here in Montgomery when it comes to purchasing a house.
Take the next left onto St. Charles Avenue, then turn left onto North Capitol Parkway.
When it comes to purchasing or renting a house, I just want to show you guys what you can expect here in Montgomery.
Take the next left onto North Capitol Parkway.
I'm gonna try to turn this phone a little bit so you guys can see the houses better. Now right now I am on St. Charles Avenue. I've just crossed over North Capitol. I'm not exactly sure what side of town this is considered, so I'm gonna just name streets off.
In 400 feet, turn left onto North Madison Terrace. Take the next left onto North Madison Terrace.
If I had to take a guess, I'm gonna assume this is probably the north end of Montgomery. But I don't know, so someone who knows Montgomery, sound off in the comment section of what side of town this is on.
Take the next left onto North California Street.
As you guys are gonna be able to see, there's gonna be certain streets I drive down where the area doesn't look bad. Yards are fairly well kept, and so are the majority of the houses.
In 300 feet, turn left onto North Florida Street. Take the next left onto North Florida Street, then turn left onto Winona Avenue.
And then there's going to be other communities that you guys will see, other streets that you guys will see to where houses aren't as well kept.
Take the next right onto Madison Avenue, then turn right onto North California Street. Take the next right onto North California Street. Take the next right onto Capitol Avenue, then turn right onto South Madison Terrace. Take the next right onto South Madison Terrace.
Yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and get to where I was going to go. That way I can shut this thing off.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Upper Wetumpka Road. Take the next right onto Upper Wetumpka Road. Continue for 1 mile. In a quarter mile, turn left onto Spiegel Street. Turn left onto Spiegel Street. In a quarter mile, you will arrive at your destination.
Alright folks, and I was looking to buy a house a year and a half ago here in Montgomery. This is one of the streets that I was looking to buy a house on. Now, in my opinion, I don't think that this street doesn't appear to be a bad area to purchase a home in. Like if you're looking to buy a house in the city of Montgomery and you don't quite have a couple $100,000 to drop on a house, maybe you have closer.
You've arrived.
Maybe you got closer to $100,000 to drop on a house. In my humble opinion, this area is gonna probably be one of your better choices. Now, this area to me appears to be a working class community for the most part. I mean, you know, as I keep on driving, there's going to be areas that you guys are going to see that might look a bit sketch. But I would say this side of Montgomery, it doesn't appear to be that bad. It really doesn't. Like around here, some of these houses don't look bad at all. They look like they're well kept. The yards aren't growing out of control or nothing. You don't got a bunch of broke down cars all over the place. If anybody knows this area in terms of the crime and stuff like that, leave a comment below and let the rest of us know about this area. I'm a little curious about how the crime is in this particular part of Montgomery. I mean, this area to me does not look bad. I mean, like I said, it looks like it looks like an area where, you know, people who work factory jobs and such might live. It doesn't look that bad at all. At least not to me. I mean, you do got some houses that look a little rough and the yards are not kept up, but I don't know. I mean, this area doesn't look too bad. It looks like the type of area where if I was wanting to live in the city of Montgomery for whatever reason, this, you know, honestly, I might give this area another look, or an area like this another look. I'm going to turn down this way and see what's going on. In fact, there was a house in this area that was for sale, and I was going to buy it a year and a half ago. They were wanting, I believe, $20,000 for it. Yeah, it's about $20,000 they wanted for the house. And what happened was, I almost submitted an offer on this particular property. But the reason why I chose to not submit an offer was because when I took a close, like what happened was when I first got to Montgomery, I looked at this particular house. I went and I looked at the exterior, and it just so happened that the interior, that the door was open. So I don't know what happened, but the realtor who was still in the house, who was in charge of selling the house, apparently they forgot to lock up. So I called the realtor and I asked if I can go in, and I told him that the door was open. The realtor gave me permission to go in and look, so I went in and I took a look. And normally when I look at houses, I'm fairly detail oriented. I'm fairly good at recognizing details. I mean, as many houses that I've purchased, I'm fairly good at recognizing details. But anyhow, on this particular day, I did not take the time to look and recognize that the electric meter has been removed. So I went, like right before I left Montgomery, and I decided to go back up to Indiana. I noticed that the house was missing a meter. So then I called the city of Montgomery, and I called the electric company, and I was asking them, okay, well, what's going on with the meter? What's going on with the electric? Why is it missing the meter? You know, I was asking all the appropriate questions. And they told me that since the house has been out of commission for longer than 6 months, I would have to have the electric system inspected. So, you know, me not knowing the situation, when it comes to stuff like that, I typically assume the worst. The worst being, in that case, that I would have to replace the electric, because the electric in the house most likely was old and outdated. So at that time, I had the money to buy the house, but I did not have the money to replace the electric. So I chose not to buy the house for that reason, because I didn't want to buy the house and then get into not having money to properly fix it. So that was the reason why I did not buy that particular house. But yeah, if someone came to me and told me, hey, listen, I only got I don't know, $75,000 to drop on a house, my suggestion to that individual would be to come into this neighborhood and look around for a house if you were wanting to live in the city of Montgomery. Now, again, I don't know this area super well. I don't know the crime in this area or any of that, which is why anyone who's watching this video that knows this particular area, leave a comment below and let the rest of us know what's going on. Because just by looking at the area, I mean, clearly it's nothing fancy, it's nothing special. I mean, this area to me just seems like a working class community for the most part. Keep on going straight. I mean, I don't see anything too sketchy about the area at all. It just seems like a working class community. You know, people get up, work their factory jobs, drive trucks or whatever the case might be, get off work, come home and attend to business. I mean, this seems like that kind of community. It doesn't give off the vibes that parts of South Montgomery, for an example, would give off. The ghetto, low class, don't give a F type of mentality. I mean, this community doesn't give off those kind of vibes. I mean, I'll be honest with you people. Like I said, if I were to live here in Montgomery, this would be the kind of community where I would most likely end up buying a house in. Because houses in this community are not too expensive. And at the same time, it doesn't seem like a bad area. And right now, I'm driving down Fairground Road. So all the streets that I was just driving through, all those streets, I mean, this is one of the main roads on this side of town. And another thing is, if you guys know what side of town this is considered, leave a comment below. I'm getting ready to jump on Rigby. Like, I'll be honest, sometimes when I work, since I'm having to drive all the way here to Montgomery, or I'm having to drive to Mobile to do my deliveries, because I live in the sticks in the middle of nowhere. So I figure if I was able to, I mean, there's certain days where even though I'm not a city kind of person, if I could find a nice quiet place in Montgomery to live, there's a part of me that I would probably go for it, just to be closer into more, just to be closer into money, to be closer into resources and stuff like that. Now, this area I'm driving through right now, I mean, when I was here a year and a half ago, I had a resident of this community tell me that sometimes things can get kind of live in this area. You know, certain people might get mad, and rather than handling their difference in a civilized manner, they're going to handle their difference by pulling out heat, and you know, they're going to handle their business by pulling out that heat. Now, I do notice there's more houses in this area that do have those black bars on the window. And all these streets I'm driving through are going to be either off of Fairground, or they're going to be off Upper Wetumpka. And right now, I'm driving down Gibson Streets. Now this area to me, I don't know, this area to me looks a little more sketch than the area that was closer to Spiegel or however you pronounce that street that I was on earlier. This area around here, in my opinion, is not quite as well kept. It looks a tad bit more sketch in my opinion. But once again, leave a comment below and enlighten all of us on what the crime in this area might be. Now, me personally, if I were to buy a house around here, I probably would lean towards the Spiegel, the Spiegel Street area. I would probably go closer to that area and buy a house, as opposed to buying a house as opposed to buying a house around here. Now, not far from this area, there is a Walmart food store. Now, this is Chisholm Street that I'm getting ready to drive down. But you guys can't see it the other side because of how I got the camera. So I'm gonna find an area and I'm gonna turn the car around to where you guys can see the houses a little better. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right here, and I'm gonna just do a part 2 of this video. So I will see you guys on the next video. Everybody have a blessed one.